Now I'm going to change the oil on this car now that the head gasket's been replaced. So you need to lift it up onto jack stands. I've got two under this one, just to be totally safe. Yeah, I need to take the wheel off, that's just because I'm doing the head gasket. Got a drain tray underneath. Once you've got the drain tray underneath, you need one of these square shaped sockets to put it into the sump plug and let it all drain out. Okay, this is where the water is going to come out from the head gasket and all the gunk. Look at that. That's okay, I'll leave it to drip and drain. Make sure I get all the crap out. I'm going to change the oil filter too whilst I'm here. Put a new timing belt on already. Head's on. Most of it's together. New timing belt and water pump. Whilst I was at it, even though the water pump wasn't leaking, I just changed it because it was here. Well, I'll let this gunk dribble out of here. Whilst it's doing that, I'll change the oil filter. Okay, there's the oil filter. Right about there. Now, you see it right there. You don't have to take the intake manifold off to do this, but it helps. No, I wouldn't have done it, obviously, if I didn't need to. I got it off anyway to do the cylinder head. Some oil filter pliers, like these. Makes it easy to get it off, so I'll just spin this off and put a nice new one whilst I'm here. Right. That's most of the parts back on this engine. Just got like the wheel and stuff like that to put on and put antifreeze in it. But before I do, I'll start the car and see if it's even going to start. I didn't bother showing you taking all these bits apart because they're fairly self-explanatory. You see the bolts, you know, you see what's got to come off, you take it off. You see the coils need to come out, you take the bolts out and take them off. Engine mount's got to come off. You know, the bolts that hold the top of the cover down on the cylinder head, they need to come out. I didn't think you would want to see me unscrewing each bolt and putting them all back together. The main thing was the parts that I've shown you that I thought might be more specific to any car. Okay, here we go. Haven't tried it yet. I don't even know how good the battery is. I'm really nervous, so I'll press the brake pedal. Nearly. Made a few funny sounds though. Let me just turn the fan off. Didn't think it would take this long to start. There we go. There we go. It's alive. That's always good when you do that and you strip the engine down. I mean, this car was scrap. It was absolute scrap. That's why I got it for £100. I'm just letting it tick over for a while. It's not running too steady, but that's okay, we'll get there. You know, it's not moved for like months. These hydraulic tappets, of course, have got no oil pressure in them. They'll all take time to get the oil up. But it's running, and I can see all the smoke coming off the engine now, you know, from the oil that I've got all over it from taking it apart. I'm just happy it's running. I'm really exhausted, that's why I don't look that happy, but I am. It's running. I've got an ABS light on, so I'll check that one out whilst I'm here. I'll maybe do another video on that, and just keep this as the engine. But the point of this was, sometimes you can buy a car cheap and do the work yourself. You know, in a garage this would cost a fortune. You know, if for doing all the valves, lapping it in 8 to 10 hours, £50 an hour, could be £500 just in labour. Of course, you don't charge yourself when you're working on your own car, so, and then it's satisfying when you actually finish the job, because you did the work, you made it happen. And I couldn't have afforded to buy this car. I don't have a lot of money at the moment. I couldn't afford to buy a Renault Megane 2. This is a 2008 plate. I'm not seeing the mileage. See if I can change that. There we go. 116,000. 116,000 miles. Does the radio work even? I need to put a code in, but that's no big deal. I actually found an app that I can get the code for the radio, so I'm really happy with that. I'll write that down once I've done it. I need to pull the radio out first, but then I'll get a code, so I won't even need a radio. I don't know, this car might even have speakers in the back. Starting to get more excited about it now. What a lovely car. Seats are quite comfy as well. See, I'm going from a Peugeot 206, which my daughters are getting larger, you know, bigger, taller, you know, there's no room for them if they've got to get in the back. This is a Renault Megane 2. It's not the largest car, but compared to what I had, it is a bit bigger. There's a bit more boot space, I think, and it's alive, and I'm happy. I'll see you again sometime. It just occurred to me that you might actually want to see that it's running. I don't know if you heard me starting it in the car. It's burning off a bit of smoke and shit now, but that's okay. That's usual when you start an engine, nothing to worry about. That's just all the oil that you get around it. That's running. See, it's actually running. £100 plus the parts. Probably about £250 this car's cost me.